Hey everyone, today I'm going to make my version of Pizza Pocket. So I don't know if you've seen them, but when we were kids we used to get these Pizza Pockets and they were the best. Ham, cheese, pizza sauce, up in this tiny little pocket, and they were just so good. You can still get them, Aldi has them, I think I've seen them at Coles, but every time I've ever bought them I'm like, why did I like these? They weren't that great. So I created my own version, and more triangles and pockets, but it's a fun little recipe for you to try at home. So just one sheet of puff pastry. I put it straight under my baking paper so it can soften up, easier to work with then. And straight down the middle, cut it in half, and then turn it around and just cut it in half again so you get 4 nice little squares. And for the filling, I'd say that's approximately 3/4 cup to 1 cup of mozzarella cheese grated, and then I've got here about 8 slices of ham, I think, maybe being a bit generous there, 5 or 6. And then I've got pizza sauce. So for the pizza sauce I'm just going to do about maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons, so see how it goes. So I'm just going to mix the sauce in with the cheese and then the ham. And I just want to make sure that it's sort of well coated, because if you remember the Pizza Pockets, it's sort of just very cheesy. It's not like a pizza with, it's not like a calzone, you know, like you put the sauce and then your toppings on top, everything's sort of mixed together. So I might just get a bit more. So I've done about 2 tablespoons, this would be about 3. 2 teaspoons is roughly 1 tablespoon. So I'm just going to mix this all together, try and make sure that it's all evenly mixed around so that when we fill these we get some of the ham as well as the cheese. And it's delicious. So these I've made before and they were really good. So get about a teaspoon of the filling and just want it on 1/2 of the puff pastry. So I'll move this back so you can see that better, and so just repeat on each one, and don't want to put too much on each one. This will probably do more than 4 of these. If you put too much they're just too full and then you just can't close them properly and burst open while you're cooking, and it's not great. So that's I'm trying to be a bit generous but not overfill them. So let's see how we go with that. So that's the filling, and then to make these, so I'll start off, we're going to need a little fork as well. So I'm just going to grab one, and you want to fold from the empty side over to the filling side. So I just move this back a bit so you can see. I just sort of push that, and you do need to leave a bit of an edge on that other side, and then you fold over your triangle like that. And then easier, rather than moving it too much, I just turn the paper and then just want to crimp it with the fork. Just press down with the fork, and then so that they cook really well, just get your knife and make a tiny little hole in the center just to let out any steam. Just a tiny little hole, make sure you can see some of the filling, and then repeat that again so you can see again. So fold it over, and as you're folding, make sure the filling is where you need to press it in. Just pull this one back a bit, and again just going to press it, make a little hole. And for these I've also got some egg here, and just milk on its own actually works as well, but I've just got an egg today. So if you don't have egg, use milk. If you can't have egg, use milk, and you can use any kind of milk, and just brush it on, and this will make it go nice and golden in the oven. Milk does the job just as well. So just spread this around. The thing I find about milk is you'll see a lot of it spreads around the baking paper, but it just sort of dries up, whereas with the egg it gives a bit of cooked egg around the side, but that's okay. So then I'm going to repeat that with these last 2, and then these will go into the oven. So these bake about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes on 160 degrees fan force oven. Just check them regularly. As long as they've puffed up and they're golden on the outside, they're pretty much ready to go. So again, press that in, make sure that filling goes in there. Press that down, and you'll see here I've got a little bit of sauce gaping out of the side, but that happens. I probably filled it too much. So again, brush some egg on it. Oh, better make my hole. Tiny little hole in this guy. Right, brush them over. Now these two are touching, so I'm just going to cut a bit there and sort of separate those a little bit. And brush this last one. And you're probably hearing guinea pigs in the background. So something you can do if you want this to be, so next step, sorry, is put these onto a tray. I'm getting ahead of stuff. Slide them on like this and they'll go into the oven, but the thing you can do is you'll see here, like with this one, there's a bit there, extra pastry. You can just get your knife and cut it off, chuck that aside, and make them a bit more even. But for me, they're just afternoon snacks, so not too fussed. I'll just make sure they're all going to definitely well covered with that egg, and I'm going to go ahead and bake these in preheated oven. I'm going to turn that on now, leave it for 5 minutes. 25 to 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and taste. Alright, so I'm back. These are cooked now. So I've got 3 here to show you, and one I've just cut up. So as you can see, this one at the back was too full. It unfortunately leaked out the side, but that's alright. So they're beautiful, they're golden, they're puffed up on top. This one sadly deflated a little bit. Not sure what happened there. That's okay, that'll still be good. And then this one here, I just cut the corner off so I can have a taste. Beautiful golden pastry with some lovely ham, cheese, and pizza sauce inside. Let's have a taste. Oh yeah, that is delicious. Now, I actually had an idea. I decided to get a cup, cut out some rings of puff pastry. So I've got 2 here that are going to be round, so they're more like the pizza pocket shape. I'm going to bake those in a moment. But I do think the triangles are better because one piece of puff pastry I can get 4 triangles out of, whereas the rounds I could only do 2. But yeah, they're pretty delicious. If you'd like to try it, 160 degrees for 25 minutes. I cooked these 4. Yeah, and if you liked it, please give me a like, and there'll be some more recipes for you soon. Thanks.